guys, welcome back to the garden. Welcome back to Sewing Back. I'm Brandy and that's John, and the dogs are out here and the chickens are out. It's a beautiful day in Kennesaw, Georgia. It is November 25th, so we're a month from Christmas, and apparently my growing zone has changed. I'm no longer in 7B, I'm in 8A, because a new classification came out that's based off of the last 30 years. And I think it probably makes a lot of sense, at least where I live, because essentially what they've said is about right. I mean, we did have a very cold snap last December, but that was about our winter. That was about it. So, and I believe at the time it was like, they called it like a 50-year freeze, just like we have 100-year floods and things like that. Apparently that's also a thing with freezing, and or at least that's what our local meteorologist told us. So I have sad news in the garden today that we found out, other than I have aphids all around. We have been getting some beds ready because we're going to plant my garlic finally. My garlic came I placed my order back in June, but my garlic usually comes mid to late September, and I usually try to get it in somewhere between October and November, sometime in November, which is totally fine for where I live. And honestly, I could probably plant it in December. January, I would just harvest it later. So, but the sad news, for those of you who follow our channel, particularly the gardening stuff, these were our cool crops. These were all our brassicas. We have broccoli, Napa cabbage, regular cabbage, Brussels sprouts. These are more cabbages and more broccolis. These got put in a little bit later than these. These were from Walmart. These were ones I started from seed, and the sad news is that I came down, let's see, I don't know if you can see this, I'm gonna lift up the veil. We've been watering, my broccolis were heading up when we came out today. Can y'all see that? No broccoli. All of my plants, no broccoli. It's all gone. And it looks like most of my Brussels sprouts, where they were starting to head up, have been nibbled on. I don't know if those might rebound. It's too late to put anything else there right now, so I'll just leave them. And so we're not sure. We have found a chipmunk. I have a video where we saw the chipmunk in the garden, and the chipmunk has been teasing the dogs, getting a little more, I guess, brave or whatever. And of course I don't have a cat anymore, and my neighbor's cat is like no good. So Mr. Kitty, the cat we had, he was great at keeping all this stuff at bay. We also found in our little storage thing the other day, we were cleaning out the coops, and I buy the nesting pads that you can, when they're bad, you can get rid of them, you can put new ones in. They come in like a 12-pack. So I store a lot of that in there. We also stored our perlite in there. It was peat moss? Okay, peat moss in there. And when I went to open it and I moved one of my patio cushions, there was a little rat family in there. So the mama rat, I think, got away. We handled the baby rats, and so we don't know if it's the chipmunk that got in there and ate that, or if it's the rats that got in there and ate that. But needless to say, we will be setting traps. You can't put poison out. We have dogs, we have chickens, so traps it is. And so I told John, I just set them all up in there, and we'll see what we get. because that was a lot of work, and now we don't get any of our broccoli. Now the greens, I could use the greens if I wanted to. I'll use them for fodder for the chickens. So sad day in my backyard grocery store here. Now these do not appear to have been nibbled, so I may still get some harvest there. These are also clamped down. This was the Amazon kit one, and they're clamped down a little bit better where this, the bigger one. So we'll have to wait and see how our saga goes. If it's not the deer, it's something else. And that's a real discouragement when you garden. You put a lot into it, and then just to have it gone. I mean, it's bad enough you got to deal with weather. You got to be able to feed it, but then you got to deal with all the different pest issues. And apparently, as we were cleaning out beds and things, we have an aphid issue. So, yeah. So anyway, back to today's video. So today's video, we're going to go over here to my square beds, and because I purchased, yes, okay, so I have 4 different varieties of no, I have 5 different varieties of garlic. So I get my garlic for the last 2 years. I've gotten my garlic from Garlic Gods. I think, I don't want to misspeak. I'm trying to think of where they're located. They are in Idaho. I thought it was Idaho. They are. They're in Idaho, and it's like a family business. And I was really impressed with the garlics I grew this past year. And what I did this past year was I kind of went on the perimeter of all these beds back here, and but then I kind of got mixed up with what kind was what kind. And the only one that I knew for sure was my little round bed over there. That was the only bed that had gotten some soft neck to try out, because typically in the South they say one variety is better than the other, and so I think the soft neck is supposed to do better in cooler climates, unless it's like elephant garlic or something like that. But I wanted to try it. I loved the soft neck varieties, and so I'm pretty sure I ordered the soft neck one again that I grew this past year, and some others to give it a try. I still will grow some hardneck because they like I still have hardneck that I harvested from this year's garden, and I pull that out for fresh cooking. And yeah, so the hardneck are not the kind you can braid. The soft neck are the kind you can braid and hang up. So if that helps you any. So anyway, so I get my garlic from Garlic Gods. I also have some garlic seed myself that I saved from my harvest that were kind of small that I thought I would probably experiment with and replant out and see what happens. So let me tell you the varieties that I purchased. Well, these are abbreviated. Let's see. It says it on the tag. Okay, so I got this, and some of these were rare types, so they had limited quantities, so like you could only get 2 bulbs, and I'm pretty sure the Montana was one of the ones that was like a specialty. So I got, this equals a 1/4 pound of garlic, and so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break apart the cloves and we're gonna plant those. But this is the Montana, and I'll have to put a link to their site that tells you like the flavor profiles. That's one of the things I really like about them, is they do tell you like the flavor profiles that each of these will give off for the different types of cooking that you might do. So that was there was another rare one I got, and I think it's the Rosa just Sumona or something like that. I think it's this one. And this is also a soft neck. So this one I really wasn't sure if it would do well in my area, but this one stores for 10 to 12 months. So if you braid this one, and this one I believe is very pungent it has a sweet flavor when you roast it. So this one was also, they had limited quantity, so they only let you order so much. So I got a 1/4 pound of this one. And this one, the Montana, is a hard neck and it's hot. So like if you're going to do like a kimchi or something like that, this could be a good one to have. And it says this one will store for 7 to 9 months. The other variety I got was the Lourdes Italian. This is an artichoke type soft neck, and it is hot and spicy. And this one will store for up to 9 months. Let's see. And then I have tried this one before. I have actually gotten this one from the farmer's market from some garlic growers in my area. And this is the porcelain hardneck robust music. I think I tried to grow this before, and it just didn't do well. So I'm not sure how this one will do. I got another 1/4 pound. This one was not a rare one. This one you should be able to find pretty easily. But I'm thinking I grew it up there, and I grew it in an area that didn't get a lot of light. So I don't know if that, because I just had it that year, I had a really bad garlic haul. So I'm not sure. And then the one I loved, this is the soft neck that I grew last year that I loved so much. And this is a mild, rich flavor, and it's an artichoke soft neck. And this one is Susanville, and this is a 9-month that it will last. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you the difference. This is the Montana, and this is one clove that we'll be planting. It doesn't have a whole lot in these. Remember, it only came with 2 cloves and you broke them apart. So it's gonna go on this round bed. This is our hardneck music garlic, and it's gonna go on this square bed, again, around the perimeter. These are bigger cloves that I'm planting. So we'll do these other 3 are all going to be the soft neck, and they're smaller, and I'll show you those when we get that. So John's going to get these planted while I'm still separating the soft neck. Okay guys, so these are like my Susanville. These are the soft neck. And can you see how much smaller those are? So you get a lot more to plant. So we did perimeter around the 2 hardneck. These we're going to do more like a row. This is the Italian one. Again, can you see they're smaller, okay? So, and they all have a little bit different flavor profile. So we're going to get to planting. the garlic planted up. The hardnecks we ended up doing around the perimeter. I also, on this Rosa, I don't remember how you say the rest of it. I can't read that far. I don't have my glasses on. But on this one, I only did the perimeter because it didn't, even though it was a soft neck, it didn't have as many of the bulbs. John did the Susanville here, the Italian on this other bed over here. So that's the Italian. This is the Susanville. And this one is the Rosa, whatever. These three are soft neck. That round bed, well, that square bed and that silver round bed, those are my hard neck. And I still have some of my own garlic that I saved, some seed I saved from my own garlic. And but I'm pretty much out of daylight right now, so I'll probably plug it in some places and other spots in my garden over the next week or so. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you have ever had a chipmunk or rats in your garden eating your vegetables, how did you get rid of them? We're trying some different things today, see if we catch them. And yeah, so because that is very disheartening. Also, you know, depending on where you live, unless you're like in a deep freeze right now, you probably could still put in some garlic and be just fine. You'll just harvest it probably a little bit later. So I'm assuming that this garlic, it's the end of November. It'll probably go a little bit longer into July than when I got it planted last year. Because I think I got it planted maybe 2 weeks earlier last year because we had an early frost last year. And so I had beds cleaned out sooner. So, but honestly, this is normally when I plant it in Georgia because we don't usually get an early frost. So, but anyway. And did your growing zone change? And if it did, you know, are you freaked out about it? You shouldn't be. Honestly, it has more to do with perennials, not annual growing. So keep that in mind. It just means that if you got colder for some reason, then you know there may be some plants that you can't grow, and if you got warmer, there's going to be some other ones that maybe you can't grow in your area, or they don't do very well in your area. So, you know, look at your extension office and look and see what is good and native to your area, and grow those, you know, those type of perennials. So anyway, I appreciate you being here. Since, you know, we just finished Thanksgiving, we're like over leftovers, and we're blessed in that because I got that deal at Pop Shelf on all those little take-home dishes. I sent a large portion, I would say the majority of the food, with family. We left enough so we had food for yesterday, and today we have a few little things left. But today we had a nice salad for lunch because I went into Aldi's and I said I want something fresh, and so I just went to get a bag salad because I kind of doctor them up and here at home. And I caught those on sale for 99 cents each. And then they were taking their organic thinly sliced chicken breast, and they were half off. So I got 2 packs of those. So when I see you in the kitchen, we are going to make from scratch teriyaki sauce using items you have in your kitchen, because I don't have any bottled teriyaki sauce, and I have a big bag of broccoli, and and some onion and some peppers that we found hiding out, and we are going to make stir fry for dinner. And to do that, we need a sauce, so I'm going to show you how to do that, and so stay tuned. So I just want to say thank you for being here. I hope you'll stay tuned for how to make homemade from scratch teriyaki sauce. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.